I just spent a week revisiting an old acquaintance, and to be honest, it reminded me why I was never all that fond of the Dirty Harry movies. As a matter of fact, I was never a big fan of this cop-centric action genre that was so popular back in the 70s. This is the stuff that was all over our TV screens when I was a kid, and I was not enthusiastic about going to a theater to see the same old, same old. That said, now that several decades have passed, I took the opportunity to reassess these Clint Eastwood classics with a fresh perspective, thinking I would be able to appreciate these movies better as cinematic art. The result? A mixed bag at best. Most of these movies did not age well. They reminded me that the good old days weren't all that much better in many respects than the present ones. Let's go through the 5 Dirty Harry movies and separate the wheat from the chaff. I'll go chronologically, filling in a ranked list as we go. First was the one that made all the other ones possible. Dirty Harry from 1971 is a classic, no question. I liked it back then, and I like it now. Eastwood had been honing the character of Harry Callahan for a little while. He had transitioned from gunslinger with no name to loose cannon cop with Coogan's Bluff in 1968. Dirty Harry is where he and director Don Siegel perfected the character. But what really made this movie go was Andy Robinson's memorably insane performance as the psycho killer Scorpio. Eastwood's 44 Magnum monologue is, though usually misquoted, culturally iconic. But through the years, Robinson's taunting, maniacal laugh is what I have remembered most about this movie. I've even remembered the actor's name all these years, remarkable given that he never really became a star. Robinson apparently has had a solid career doing mostly daytime soaps and primetime TV guest spots, but I don't remember ever seeing him again until just recently. I always have, though, remembered that name and that face and that frightening laugh. Siegel delivered a great, if flawed, cop movie with Dirty Harry. This one is by far, and without question, the best movie in the series. I give it 4 stars on Letterboxd as a trendsetter in its genre. Siegel never returned to this series. In fact, no director returned for a second go at Dirty Harry. Ted Post, a prolific TV director who had worked with Eastwood a few times over the years, delivered Magnum Force in 1973. This one was kind of weird. Loose Cannon Harry, not one to pay much attention to legal trivialities, goes after a band of rookie traffic cops and their tyrannical squad commander who don't go about things the right way. It really is laughable when Harry lectures the rogue commander that he needs to work within the system because it's the best system we have, or some crap like that. I couldn't tell if Post and Eastwood were really not self-aware or if they were being intentionally ironic. I found this one to be okay, gave it 3 stars. I rank Magnum Force as the 3rd best in the series. The Enforcer from 1976, directed by James Fargo, goes at the bottom of my rankings. I did not like this one at all. Harry has to shut down a ring of domestic terrorists, and his commander has the gall to assign him a woman as a partner. But the partner, played by Tyne Daly, eventually comes around to Harry's lawlessness, and Harry eventually comes around to having to work with a woman. It's stupid and dumb. 2 stars, and I only rate The Enforcer that high because it's at least technically competent. Harry returned in 1983 with Sudden Impact, directed by Eastwood. We get a new pop culture catchphrase,
"Go ahead, make my day."
And we get a pretty good vengeance story. A woman tracks down and kills some thugs who gang raped her and her sister. Harry finishes up for her when she gets abducted by the last remaining rapist. The problem here is that this is Eastwood in the middle of his Sandra Locke phase. He cast her as the second lead, and she just was not up to the task. I give Sudden Impact 3 stars on the strength of the script, but still drop it in at number 4. Sandra Locke is a tough watch for me. Coming in at number 2 on my rankings is the last film in the series, The Deadpool, from 1988, directed by Buddy Van Horn. I liked this movie, much more so apparently than everyone else. Eastwood is a bit long in the tooth here as Harry, but it's interesting to see a young Liam Neeson as a director of blockbuster horror movies. And we get a fantastic, fun performance from a then unknown Jim Carrey. He's a junkie rock star making a music video before he becomes a corpse. The Deadpool gets 3.5 stars from me. Overall, I didn't get a lot of enjoyment out of this series. It had its high points, and it had some cringeworthy low ones. I don't know if I'll find a mood to watch any of these movies again beyond the first one, maybe the last one. I have all 5 films in a DVD collection you can find for around $10. The only comprehensive domestic Blu-ray set I know of is out of print, though you might be able to find a region-free import for around $30.